Hello everybody! So, we filled one of these boxes. Remember we got a lot of them? We filled one of them with dirt. Frida has been painting them grey. As you see, they are now the same grey as the greenhouse is. We can't maybe... over there you can see it a little bit. But yeah, everything now has the same color. We put plastic in this one. I'm still gonna put plastic in the other ones later. But this one has been filled with dirt. And it's time to plant some of the things that we have in the greenhouse in there. Because as you can see, these plants are sunflowers. They are getting quite big for their pots. And then in the greenhouse, here we go. We've got some beef tomatoes going. We've got some garlic going. We've got some jungle cucumbers. The paprika is not, or the bell pepper is not coming up yet, but they apparently take some more time. We've got some other tomatoes coming up here. Pumpkin is doing great. Zucchini is doing great. Down here we've got some Roma tomatoes, which are coming up. But over here, these are also Roma tomatoes. And these are definitely getting too big for their pots. So these are the ones we're taking outside and planting in the big box. Over here we've still got that citrus plant, which we don't really know what it is. We've got some dill, it's also coming up. Some flowers that in Swedish is called krasse. I don't know exactly what those are. The salad is coming up nicely. We've got some cucumbers coming up and more of that flower that Frida likes. So yeah, the greenhouse is working perfectly. It's doing well. I made a few changes. I've exchanged this plank with the white racks that we have here as well, so that they don't stop sunlight from coming down. I've got a solar panel sitting here, which is connected to the battery down there, and the wire goes all the way up here, all the way over the ceiling to a lamp. So we have light in here, and yeah, it's doing great. But right now, let's go plant these two out and have them grow outside. Alright, so I don't know much about planting, actually very little, but I do know that tomatoes, you want to plant them deep. So that's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna take out the little stick here, put it here for now, and then I am gonna take off this bottom few branches and plant it all the way to this depth, because tomato plants apparently like to be planted very deep, so they can make lots of roots coming out of these sides here. As you can see, these little side branches, I'm taking all of those off, just pinching them off with my hands. This one too. And I'll take these one too. You see these side things there. You're supposed to take those out, but now we're taking the entire branch. Doing this side as well. And one thing you notice with tomato plants, you see all these white hairs on the sides. Each one of those white hairs has the potential to become a root. So if we plant it to about this deep, all these white hairs will become roots that the plant can use. So that's why I'm planting them a little bit deeper today. I think I'm just gonna start here in this corner. Give it a little squeeze. There we go. Check if it's deep enough. Yeah, I think that's deep enough. That can go a little bit deeper. Just a bit more. There. Put some dirt back. There we go. That's our first tomato plant in the box. I'm gonna do the second one right there next to it. there we go. We've got those two planted. We'll put the label stick here so we know what they are. And there we go. Two beautiful tomato plants in our first box. So let's give them some water to work with, and then we're done with planting these. Okay, and while watering, I'm trying not to get any water on the leaves, because apparently that will damage the plant with this much sunshine as we're having today. And we don't want to damage the plant at all. That's one. Give some water to the other one. All right, go and grow some awesome tomatoes for us. Why don't you? Well, I hope that goes nicely. Like I said, me and Frida are not that used to doing gardening stuff. This is our first real garden together. So we're probably gonna make some mistakes and do some things wrong. But you know, live and learn. You only get to learn if you try it, and we're trying it. Now it's time to go on to the next project. Ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna continue where we left off with this, the bottom of our firewood storage. So I've got all except for one of the concrete pillars in place. And the one that I didn't get in place, if you missed it the last vlog, is because there is an even bigger rock in the way. That one is really big. As you can see, I've been digging around it to see if I can get it out. That's not gonna happen. It's too big. So, as you can see, I've got two pillars here, one over there, and I was supposed to have a fourth here, but instead I'm gonna drill a hole, put this in there, and have that support the shed at this location, so that that giant rock becomes part of our foundation. I won't be doing that yet, because I want to know where the wooden beams are gonna end up before I drill a hole. So the plan right now is to clean this space up so I have lots of room to work with, and then I'm gonna start deciding which wooden beams I'm gonna use for the bottom of the woodshed. Isn't that cool? We finally get to see the outline of this building. That makes me really excited. The thing is, the length of the building in this direction is 4 meters and 50 centimeters. And I don't have any beams that are big enough for that, so I need to do that out of 2 beams. But yeah, I'm just gonna work off camera a little bit, decide which beams will go where, and then I'll come back to you when I've made some more decisions. Well, it is the next day. I haven't worked that much on it yesterday, but here is what I have done. So I took this beam here, the length of the firewood storage. Let me zoom out. The length of the firewood storage, yesterday I said it's 4 meters 50, it's actually 4 meters 80. I misspoke there. And yes, I don't have beams that are that length. So what am I doing? I am putting 2 beams together. I've screwed them together, and one is being cut off right above this concrete block. It's gonna scoot up that a little bit so that these 2 halves have support from the concrete block. Then we keep going, and here the other side is 2 parts and has support from the concrete block. And then all the way to the end, you see that I leave a little gap for the next corner to slot into. And then later, let me get a little bit of a example block here. You can see why I cut that part off. But anyway, the next beam that's gonna go over here. That way when I screw them tight, I can put screws. Sorry, I only have two hands. I can put screws like this, and I can put screws like this from both sides. And that is my plan for doing that all the way around. And that way I hope I get some very strong corners for this structure. Yeah, that's what I am planning to do. To be honest, yesterday I didn't do that much because I was just sitting here thinking for a very long time about how I want to do this. There are so many different ways you can do it. I looked up YouTube videos about how other people do it. There doesn't seem to be one good way to do it. There are so many ways, and I think this is the way I'll be choosing. But yeah, filming the process of me just standing there thinking about it is not very interesting. And I don't think I'm done yet. I still have more thinking to do on this part, because I've got so many questions on how I want to do this. Like, I figured out a nice way to do the bottom part, but then how do I do the standing pillars? I think I'm gonna just put them on top, but yeah, anyway. So many questions, so little answers. I just need a lot of thinking. And but anyway, yesterday I of course filled this box with dirt and put 2 tomato plants in there. But then later in the day, Frida and I also filled this box. This box we're gonna plant some pumpkins in. So that's gonna be awesome. It's ready. I want to do the planting together with Frida, so I'm gonna wait with doing that until she gets home. So I'm thinking I'm gonna take this plastic and start putting plastic in some more of these boxes, and then they can be ready for other stuff as well. So I'm just gonna go get the tripod. I am going to put the camera just on filming while I put the plastic in there and do a little fast forward of that. I got myself my tripod. I am going to set the camera up as a little time lapse while I put plastic in those boxes. And while I'm doing that, because it's a quite easy job, I will be thinking about how to construct this thing, because oh, the wind almost blew my tripod over. It's a windy day. Is the parasol okay? Yeah, if it's gonna start blowing more, I might lose my parasol, so I might go have to close that. Anyway, enjoy the time lapse. Here we go. Well, there you go. I got plastic in them, and as you can see, the plastic ran out, so I got some of the transparent plastic I found in the dumpster diving video for the last one. Actually, the roll of plastic that I found was exactly enough to do that, so that was perfect. So, dumpster diving for the win. If you haven't seen the dumpster diving video, go watch it, because it was quite fun. Anyway, so now I got these 3 filled with plastic. This last one over here we have to wait a little bit with, because the top ring is over there and it is currently occupied with strawberry plants. We still have to decide what to do with those strawberry plants before we can paint that last ring and put it on top here, and then put plastic in there with dirt. So yeah, so we got all the plastic in there. Now we need to fill them with dirt, and we actually can start using them. So I think that's awesome. Back to this project. I feel like I've got some kind of building version of writer's block, you know? I really want to continue working on it, but I've got some kind of writer's block. There's something that's stopping me from working on it. I think I'm a little bit scared of doing it wrong, because we got so little materials. It's all second-hand materials. I didn't pay for any piece of wood here. But I just can't work on it. I don't know. There's something wrong. Maybe I need help. Yeah. So, since I am feeling like that, I'm gonna put this a little bit on pause. I'm not gonna work on it for now. I'm just gonna go take this stack of wood and pull the nails and screws out, because that's gonna have to be done anyway. So might as well do it now while I don't want to work on this. I really do want to work on this, but I also don't. It's weird. Anyway, instead I'm going to do a task that needs to be done anyway to work on this. So it's not like the work is standing still. I'm just reorienting myself to something else that I can do while I figure this out. I took all the nails and screws out of this pile of wood. Obviously I got so much more left to do. This is the pile that hasn't been done yet, and this pile and that pile and that pile has been done. So we're going forward. I brought the solar panel out to get some more sunshine from this direction. As you can see by my shadow, the sun goes in that direction, so that will give us some more sun. And in the name of productive procrastination, I'm still not going to work on that thing, because I am going to go hop into the car, and then I'm going to go hook up the trailer, because me and my dad are going to collect some water. As you all know, water tower there that collects rainwater from my roof, but it hasn't rained in 1.5 weeks. And the last time it did rain, it was very little. And according to the weather broadcasts, it's not going to rain for another week again. People are fearing that it's going to be a very dry summer again. So me and my dad are going to collect some water from a river. Productive procrastination. Here we are at my parents' house. I backed up the trailer in here, and we're gonna put this guy onto the trailer, and then we've got a water pump and my parents' EcoFlow battery that will help us get some water into that tank, and we then can take that home. So let's load up. Okay, here we are. Let me show you. Here we are. There is a little river here going underneath the road. This river comes from a big lake in that direction, and that lake is also being fed by a river. So the water goes here underneath the road and goes back in there. So we looked into this, especially since we're doing it on a river that isn't part of anybody's property. And this river is being fed by different rivers, so we're not taking somebody's water that they need for their cows or their land or something. Anyway, my dad is hooking up the water pump. It's a pump that you throw in the water, and then it will turn on with the little EcoFlow battery that they have. and that will fill the tank. So we're gonna get around 800 liters of water. 1000 liters is a bit much for this trailer, so we're gonna fill it to 800, and then we'll bring that home, and we'll probably have to do this 2 or 3 times because that's how much water storage we have at home. All right, there's the EcoFlow, turning it on, and now the water pump should start working. And there it comes. Well, and now we wait a while until it's full. Weet je nog hoe lang het duurde voordat het vol was? About 15 minutes. Let's see if that's still true. All right, we got it filled with 800 liters. So we turn off the jackery. The EcoFlow. Yes, sorry, EcoFlow. I have a jackery. My parents have EcoFlow. All right, take that out. Take out this guy. Put this guy in the car. Here we are, back in the garden, and we're gonna pump the water from that tank into this one behind my greenhouse, so that we have some water to work with. And we're looking for a bend on this guy, so that when we open this, we can actually fill stuff like buckets and stuff, but that one doesn't fit, so we need to find a different solution. Yeah. Anyway, let's put the pump in there and start filling it. And when we bought the pump, we thought it was going to be small enough, but it's still a little bit of a struggle to get it in there. Yep. Press. Push, push. Yes. Keep breathing. Breathing. There we go. Got it in there. And now we lower it down. And we take the other end of the hose. There we go. Here's the other end, and we'll put this in here. And then in a second we can start pumping. Well, there we go. We got a little bit less than 800 liters. We got, there we go, there's the 800. We're just a little bit underneath it, so I think we got like 790 liters. Which is good enough for now. This will give us at least a couple of weeks of water for our plants in the garden. And now we're gonna do it all over again to fill my parents' tank that they have in their garden. So yeah, we'll fill it again at the river, then drive to my parents' garden and fill their tank. Now, if you're wondering why we're filling this one and not my water tower, is because we can get water from this one without a problem, and the water tower is then still empty for flies for when it starts raining. So if it starts raining anytime soon, we still have room for the rain to go somewhere, and that's free water we don't have to work for. But anyway, we are gonna repeat this process, and then we all have some water. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is again the next day. This vlog has been spanning lots of days, but yeah, I've been working a little bit without you guys. I had a little bit of help from my dad, but here we go. The firewood storage has its first wall erected. Right now it's only being held in place by this beam and just 2 screws. But that looks amazing. Just having one wall stand up is really nice. Yeah, I had my dad come by for this bottom part because I had a block there. I couldn't continue working by myself. I just didn't know how to continue. My dad helped a little bit. Today I've been building this wall, and yeah, that's where we're gonna end this really interesting vlog where we went and got water, we looked at the greenhouse, we built a little bit at this thing, a little bit of a scatterbrained vlog, but I enjoyed the productive procrastination. Doing other productive things so I didn't have to work on this. But now that we got the bottom of this thing sorted out, I feel good about working on the walls again. And you will see more of that in the next vlog. Thank you all for watching. Please subscribe, like the video, and I'll see you all next time. Hello ladies and gentlemen, there we are with another Trislot this end of the vlog. Let's see if we can win something this time, shall we? We're gonna go right ahead and get the first one. We've got 10,000. Then we've got a 1 million. I mean, that would be nice, right? Getting 1 million. Alright, here goes the next one. 30. There's our possibility for our money back. How about we start on the right this time? There's another 10,000. Just one more of those and I can maybe pay for my next car repair. Alright, let's see. Another 30 for our money back. So, looking good. Either a car repair or our money back. I still prefer the million though. Alright, what do we have here? We have 150. That is a little bit more than our money back. Wouldn't be bad either. A clover. Now this one is interesting. Get 3 of those and you can get anything between... Get 3 of those and you'll get a monthly payout for about 25 years. As you can see here, on this one that I haven't scratched yet, you get 100,000 crowns per month for 25 years. Now, that translates to a little bit less than 10,000 euros per month for 25 years, and that sounds pretty good. Ooh, a second one. Now, if we get a third one, I can actually quit my job. That would be amazing. Come on, give me a clover. Give me a clover. Ah, it's 100,000. We haven't had 100,000 yet. So there's no chance of getting 100,000 and there's no chance of getting a million. But there's no chance of getting 150. But we can get 30, we can get 10,000, or I get to quit my job. Let's see what's behind the extra chance, shall we? Oh, it's a ×1. And that means we have... Why didn't it? There we go. That means we have not won anything. There is no 3 the same of anything, so... Sadly, no win for us this time. Alright, stick around to the end of the next vlog to see if I maybe get those 3 clovers.
Make some progress, I can see that they compare. I think everyone's against me, maybe something in the air. Am I paranoid? I swear a void is forming and they're scared. I walk a straight path, not many can say that. I like to play fast.
Thanks for watching, guys. See you in the next vlog, and don't forget to subscribe.
Still recording.
I've been doing fine. I'm not wasting any more time. I live for the fight and the